Cold White Spring says, but doesn't eczema and acne often get worse when you start detoxing? What happens with eczema and acne is a few things, okay? It cycles. People with eczema and acne already cycle into worse and less worse. Ask anybody who has severe eczema, May. There's times where it cycles and it's debilitating and then they come out of the cycle, okay? They're already going through the natural process of the bugs moving up in strength, lowering down in strength. Moving up in strength, lowering down in strength. And when it comes to eczema and psoriasis, you're going to see that waver, but you're not going to see them bedridden. May? You know what I mean? Or tics and spasms getting worse, or anything else happening to that degree. And if someone was pumped up with steroids for a very long time, that's another thing that's very difficult on their body's immune system. So it's coming off of all the steroids and the steroids that are inside the liver. That plays a role with the immune system. Because the steroids hold back the immune system's initial reaction of eczema and psoriasis. Understand that. That's important to know. That means without the steroids, their eczema and psoriasis would be that bad. It would be out of control in the probably the greatest sense. So it's a combination when you're talking about eczema and psoriasis in serious cases. You're talking about the steroid process combined, very difficult. Because the steroid process was hiding and masking how bad the eczema and psoriasis was. So when people go off the steroids, the eczema is showcasing what it really should be. And that can be blamed on detox. Like if you're doing something good for yourself. But it's a really good question when it comes down to eczema or psoriasis. Almost everybody with severe eczema or psoriasis goes on some type of biologic, some type of steroid or so forth, and bend down that road, and that's controlling and masking the eczema and psoriasis. So once you start coming off of that, it just blows up because it was hiding, it was suppressing it, right? So that's kind of a whole nother angle. And a lot of people, it's cyclical, right? With eczema and psoriasis, even when they're not on steroids or anything like that, it's ebbing and flowing. Oh, it's awful. Whew, 2 months later, they come out. It's getting level again. Oh, it's awful. 2 months later, they're coming out with it, right? So if you do any one thing, you're not even going to know what's causing it at the time because you're not going to even know where you are cyclical wise. Where's the cycle? Where are you even? Are you a month away from it getting worse like it usually does? Or are you 2 months from it getting better? It's just, that's another thing all on its own. But I'll go into more detail about eczema psoriasis and cover everything so there's no confusion. Latrina says, I confirm I had severe psoriasis. It comes in waves, with waves, worse and better. But in general, it became much better on my head, especially almost everything gone. Amazing. Do an MM.